How you doing? It's Kane Wilson here. Quarterback. Probably a pain in your butt for this class, but I put in my efforts and I graduate in 10 days, hopefully, after this presentation gets done with. But definitely appreciative of what I've learned from you. I had your class in the spring, and now I'm finishing up with one. And man, this class really um, had me thinking about thinking and all the metacognition. I always tell my friends about it and tell my parents about it and talk about mindfulness and active monitoring and just different techniques that I learned in this semester. So had a lot of fun, but I chose older adulthood because I'm kind of interested in the senior care industry and um, definitely have a fear of dementia. When I get older, I think everybody does. That fear of losing your memory and losing that power to remember things is definitely something that people fear. Anyways, you start to lose your power to monitor your thoughts at like age 60 to 70. A lot of studies were found, and a lot of studies were said that that age is the most prominent, that Alzheimer's begins, and it's definitely affected by memory, and it affects the monitoring and the actual deficits that monitoring there is deficits from the monitoring and the memory. But anyways, kind of mumbled my words there, but I'm not good at this. First time talking to a screen officially, um, besides the cameras after the games and whatnot. So judging memory is just as important as having the memory itself, and I think that means that if you're aware of your thoughts and you can monitor what you're learning and when you're learning it and how your brain is processing it in the moment, I think that you're just gonna power your brain and empower it and make it stronger and make it healthier and whatnot. So, anyways, there's also this social representation theory, and it's the view of the aging process. And I know that this final presentation, we kind of have to talk about how other cultures view um, this subject. And other cultures, mainly the Eastern and the Asian cultures, they actually view elderly a lot different than the Western culture. They respect the elderly. They take high. Let's see, what did I write down? They have a high regards for the elderly due to the Confucian beliefs that the older you are, the more wisdom and knowledge you possess. Western societies and views seem to be negative and youth-oriented about aging. The East Asian culture has a positive attitude about aging compared to the Western culture, which has that negative attitude. Um, like in the Eastern culture, in the Western culture, it's kind of like not a good thing to be old. Old people are lame. They're kind of neglected. And in the Eastern culture, you're more wise when you're older. The elderly are respected. You take care of them. You look after them and whatnot. So it's a lot different in the eyes of the cultures. Socioeconomic development and culture affect the view of elderly. So, sorry. Anyways, next, the control of learning. Older adults do not control their studies, so they're not keen to try learning new strategies. So, the older you are, the harder it is for you to learn something, and that's just from studies. It shows that they don't really have like a set curriculum or anyone to tell them what to study, so they don't really know what to learn. They don't know how to learn it, and a lot of the times they just go about doing their own thing and teaching themselves, which isn't always the best way to go about stuff. That leaves a lot of people on this planet with no common sense or kind of live under a rock, in other terms. But it's pretty interesting. And so that's kind of what I have written down on my notes. But basically, older adulthood is it's the main thing is to fight your memory and to fight your power of your memory. Sorry, that light was bugging me. So Yeah, so getting old, you just want to try and combat that. You want to continue to read, you want to continue to keep your brain strong and do all that stuff. Sorry, my computer went black. But yeah, older adulthood is very important. And if we don't look at it as something that we got to plan for and prepare for, it's going to creep up on you and you're not going to be ready for it. And I think the key to older adulthood is just staying healthy and staying in shape, staying moving. Your body locks up on you if you don't move, and I think that being an athlete is going to help me, and hopefully I can keep my brain on the same page as my body because I feel like my brain is a little behind in those terms. So, anyways, Dr. Francis, I really appreciate you. That's all I have for this presentation. I know it wasn't the best or the most clear, but I've had a rough week. It's been storming out here. I've had to bounce around all different little coffee shops that actually had power. Um, it was one of the worst storms in December out here in Northern California in the past couple of years. So, yeah, man, it's been rough trying to find cell service and Wi-Fi to get this last presentation done, but power's on back at the house now, so I got it done. Yeah, man, I appreciate you. Hopefully, this leads to a decent grade. And um, if you have any questions or issues or anything, just give me a holler or give me an email. And thank you for everything, and thank you for being a teacher. I look forward to getting my teaching credential and giving back to students and whatnot, and just helping the future generation. All right, Doc. Take care, man.